What's going on, team? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. This is G.A.R Capital. You're locked into the YouTube channel. I'm your host, Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks again for spending a little bit of time out of your morning to talk markets with me. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe button. Make sure to click that subscribe button. It's in your bottom right hand corner. Make sure to like our videos. Make sure to share our videos. We really do appreciate it. We do this every single morning with you guys, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just a little note, I will be on a vacation, much needed relaxation vacation for the next couple of days. I'll be going to Orlando, Florida, Disney World resort there, just to kind of hang out, relax a little bit, get my mind off the markets. But I will still be doing the morning note with you guys every day, 9 a.m., just to check in with you guys, make sure you guys have what you need. So I'll still be kind of locked in, just a heads up. But I'll take my laptop, so any kind of things that change, questions, I'll be there for you guys. So just want to give you that heads up. So again, thanks again for stopping by. All right, let's talk about markets. Yesterday, big fall around 2 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. So again, tech led the fall yesterday. I can go ahead and go over exactly what the number was, and then we'll go over futures. Yesterday, if I can get this going, this is on CNBC.com on my other screen. Dow yesterday closed at up 10 points. They were up 500. S&P was down about 1%, and Nasdaq led the way down at 2%, and the Russell 2000 index fell about 1.3%. So there you go. That's what happened yesterday. So again, kind of a rug pull from everybody. Again, still bullish. Nothing has really changed in my opinion. When it comes to these kind of moves to the downside, this gives me an opportunity to look at my play sheet, to look at my order or my wish list on stocks that I want to buy. So again, this is an opportunity for me as an investor to buy some stocks that I've been wanting to get into on the run up. Again, I said this before, you're going to get falls, guys. This is normal. You're going to get those falls. To me, this looks like good old fashioned profit taking from these kind of moves. And I mean, it's just things happen. And stocks just don't go straight to the moon. They have a little bit of pulls here and there, and then it just keeps going up. So that's just how I feel. That's where I look at. I'm looking at opportunities here to buy some of the names that I've been wanting to buy or add to. The only mistake I did yesterday was not add to my Tesla position. I had an order, kind of a look at 1439 was my level. I did not add because we didn't tap that level. We got to 1445-ish on the lows. I should have just bought it there. But again, I'm pretty sure I'll have another opportunity to buy around 1439 or 1437, which is my 100-day moving average. The 200-day moving average right here on the bottom right is 1244. So again, I do want to add to my Tesla position. Again, I'm a long-term investor. That's how I would look. So looking at QQQ here, bottom left-hand corner, again, you're seeing that break of that 200-day moving average. Again, this gives me an opportunity to look at the names that I've been wanting to add to. So again, I like pullbacks as an investor. As a trader, I prefer a little more of a bull market because I like playing calls, but puts are fine. The thing is that it's difficult to play puts when you have the buy the dip Fed doing everything in their power to buy the dip. So, for anything, I just like to buy stocks. All right, Dow futures up about 36 points currently. Nasdaq futures down about 0.87%. EMA futures down about 0.22 at 3141. We'll talk about levels here in a bit. VIX is actually red, interestingly enough, 0.37 at 3207. Broke that 30 handle, which was interesting. Let's see, crude oil is down about 1.5% below 40, 39.51 currently. Bitcoin futures 92.45, still holding that 9,000 support, 0.27 to the downside. Gold futures, even in a red market, is down half percent. So that tells me a lot. It doesn't tell me that it's more of a fear thing. I think it's more of a profit taking. Again, if we had a fear-based rally to the downside, then gold should be shooting up. So again, that's something that I always look at is gold, 1805 an ounce, again down half a percent. Silver futures down about 1.28%, 1953, having a tough time breaking that 20 level on silver. Take a look at bonds together. Bonds right now, bond yields are down 6.12%, down about 28 basis points. And looking at the dollar index, 107.30, excuse me, dollar index 96.39, down about 0.07%. And dollar yen for my Forex people, 107.32, up 37 pips currently. And gasoline futures are down 2.84%, 123.72. All right, let's gonna go over. I want to go over kind of the bank earnings real quick with you guys. A couple of headlines I want to go ahead and go over. CPI, Consumer Price Index, excluding food and energy, up about 0.2%, beat expectations of 0.1%. Slight inflation there. CPI excluding food and energy year over year is up 1.2%, which is higher than expectations. So Inflation seems to be relatively tame, but again, a shoot up there. Uh, Either way here, I got some news here. Some downgrade here on Spotify. I went ahead and bought Spotify last week. UBS cuts to sell from buy, but they raised their price target from 189 to 204. Spotify currently, I can bring it up here. Spotify is now at 249.40. It did break 200-day. I may be adding to my shares there. I do like Spotify. I actually use the app a lot. Wells CEO, quote, extremely disappointed with first quarterly loss since 2008. Massive dividend cut. It's interesting to see what Warren Buffett does as he's the largest shareholder of it. JP Morgan's earnings point to significant strength in trading profits, fixed income, with a 99% gain in fixed income revenue. Citigroup tops quarter two EPS by 22 cents. Citigroup 19.77 billion beats the 19.12 billion expectation. EPS was better, almost double, 50 cents against 28 cents. And fixed income trading 5.6 billion versus 4.59 billion, and total cost of credit 7.9 billion. Wells Fargo reports a $2.4 billion loss for the quarter. They have massive loans tied to the energy sector with oil, a lot of commercial loans. They're in trouble. Now, not about anything about they're going to get into bailout or anything, but again, I've been saying about Wells Fargo, they're the weakest of the big banks. You want to stay away from that company. JPM had the best one out of today. That's the reason why I said JPM is the best one to play, and that's why they're up pre-market. I'll go ahead and give you the pre-market move right here. JPM currently is up 1.2%. I own shares in JPM. I like them long term. Again, I've been telling you, fortress balance sheet and amazing management. You stick with JPM. Stay the hell away from Wells Fargo. They're absolutely awful. I said that yesterday. I think we had a question regarding Wells Fargo, and I said to get the hell out of it. Citigroup is down pre-market 0.61%. So JPM the only one up currently. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the playbook here in regards to the E-mini futures. So there's a couple levels I guys want you to look at. We just broke the 200-day, and the 200-day has been relatively support on E-mini futures. That E-mini futures level was 31.49. We slipped through that, 31.34. So your level here is 31.15. That's your next support level. That's the levels that you want to start taking a look at to see if you play a bounce. If you start breaking that, then you have a little more downside here. Then you can start talking about 30.80. But your real big support is 3,000. 3,000 on E-mini futures, which is around 3,000 at S&P. That's your big level there too. But again, slight pullback, again, still above the range here. You could see that range above still kind of hovering around there. 31.15 is my support. I'll start looking at buying some stock here and there, a couple nibbles here and there on some stocks I want to buy. So again, just interestingly enough, that's what I like looking at. Looking at QQQ, you can see big cap tech finally some profit taking here. You could see 114 points. It's a rotation out of tech, people taking profits there. Totally understand. Again, I'm a long-term investor in tech companies anyways, so short-term price movements don't really affect me unless I'm playing options. And in regards to options, we only have two option signals open. I have a couple of trades with students. Looks like pretty tough sledding there, but again, rocking and rolling. Big the only thing here is that you have a lot of gap to go down, a lot of dry powder. Right around 251 you could get to around QQQ if you really get a sudden drop. But again, what I'm looking at here is a couple of names that I want to own. So again, Spotify is a name that I've been wanting to buy. I'm gonna go and maximize the sell. And it looks like right around here, 244. If I can get to around 244, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a couple of shares. I've been wanting to own that long term anyways. I really like stocks I like stocks that I actually use their service. I think Spotify in regards to the music industry, they're not much album sales anymore. Everything is streaming. Spotify, Apple Music tend to be the leaders. Apple I already own, obviously. Spotify I want to own that as well. Apple, let's take a look at it. Broke the 100. Very interesting here. I have a price target of Apple even hitting this year around 400, and we almost tapped that. And I think that we have a little bit more to go. So 371, I'm interested in looking at to maybe possibly add to my position on Apple. And I think you cannot go wrong there. If there's one other stock that I'm looking at to buy, it's definitely Amazon. Amazon rarely gives you opportunities to buy on dips. Well, 3075 here. I like here at 3,000. 3,000, I would definitely want to add some more shares of Amazon. They're just really expensive. So that's just the reality of it. But again, Amazon, I'd probably buy around 3,000, maybe buy a couple of shares. 29.34 is your 200-day. You do have a gap to fill here right around 29.90. I mean, I don't think we get below 3,000 anyways. I think 3,000, 29.30, 29.50-ish, we should be able to bounce. Not even talking about a straight down shot, but Amazon rarely gives you opportunities to buy on dips. I'm going to take advantage of it. One more name, Microsoft. Definitely looks interesting. 200, I'm buying with both hands. That's definitely a stock that I love and I want to own and keep owning and accumulate. So again, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon are names that I always want to buy and I want to keep adding to my portfolio. Nvidia was price upgraded today, and they are down as well, slightly. They were up around 410 pre-market. It's at 401 and 89. That's a name that I've owned now for a while too, and I've always bought on dips. In regards to Nvidia, 200-day moving average is your friend. $392 would be a nice position to go ahead and add to. Another name that I've been wanting to add and I have not, and I'm killing myself for it, is Home Depot. Home Depot is a great name that I've always wanted to buy. 240.04, 248.04 would be a great position to buy. That's probably the only other retailer I have is other than Amazon is Home Depot, and I'm a big fan of them. So 248, right around that level, is a 200-day moving average. I probably would buy there. Pretty much sideways now for the last 20 days. Let's take a look at another share that I've been wanting to buy here. What was it? UNH, United Health, one of my favorites. They had a really strong, they had a settlement deal with a whistleblower. Right now, it's kind of like the same deal as Home Depot, pretty much sideways. For this one, I'm gonna go ahead and wait to tap that fib of 288.42 and see if I get there. Again, already have a large position on, relatively large position on UNH. So again, I'm not in a rush to buy. Home Depot, I've been wanting to buy, so I may just add to Home Depot today. Again, just really depends on how market movement goes. We could bounce back, we could fall, we don't know. And again, my contention is that we may have a little more downside here, especially on the Nasdaq. But again, looking forward, you're gonna find a bounce anyways, so I'm not really worried about it. And Facebook is testing the 200-day, so that's where we are currently. All right, I know I went in and rambled on. Let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Good morning. Enjoy Disney. Be safe. Thank you. What? Did you buy any stocks year to date? Absolutely. Absolutely. We've been buying stocks year to date. Sure. What will FOMC Brainerd be speaking today? I'm not sure what he'll be speaking about, but again, I'm pretty sure he's going to be talking about risk in regard to COVID and Fed stimulus or additional Fed stimulus that will be coming in. Entry for Tesla, Nvidia. I went ahead and just marked it. If you want to go and take a look at it, Tesla again, I haven't learned at 14.39. JPM, I do own already. It was pre-market. We talked about it. What platform am I using, Daniel? I'm using Think or Swim TD Ameritrade. Calls for Apple, Microsoft, and to put entries. Thank you. Calls on Apple, Microsoft, not much to play there as of yet. We need to see the turn on QQQ. Put side, again, I don't see any reason here on these charts to play puts yet. Again, you'd have to get below 371.54 on Apple to even consider puts, and then you can start taking a look at 360s. Microsoft, you need to get to below 200 in my opinion. Then you'll start seeing where we go from there. What about Facebook today? 260s power fire bullish. Yeah, we have those. That was a signal, and again, we just had that flush. Let's see if we tap that 200-day. I remember vividly that we had Alibaba calls, and everyone was telling me, "Oh my God, it's gonna fall, it's gonna fall." We were down 80% at one point. It soared the next day to around 70% profit. So again, options love to move. Facebook tends to be a little more of a slow mover, but we got to see what we have in front of us. No problem, man. I use Interactive Brokers, wondering which one's better for options traders. I like TD Ameritrade. Anthony, my CIO, loves Interactive Brokers, so it just really depends. I bought 10 JPM leaves yesterday at 105. Congrats. Microsoft, yep, still bullish on it. Please, Amazon, do a split. Don't I wish? Apple hitting 400 this week. Almost got there yesterday. Yeah, it was at 399 yesterday. Will it get there this week? Oh man, that's a really tough one because you're really right at the midpoint. I think we're close. We're more likely to get to 371 than we will to 400 this week. But again, they have earnings coming up in a couple weeks, so no point of waiting. I think Apple is giving you an opportunity to buy here. 371, I am buying. Square entry long term. Square entry, I don't own this stock, but I would say around 105 would be the level here. You see your last time you had to break out. 105, 106 would be a good level to buy, but I don't own it. Puts on DAL, again, I'm staying away from the airlines personally and regard to puts because it's so volatile. If you want to play puts, gun to your head, 24.80 is your level to the low side. Is Tesla good to enter? Regards to Tesla, if you're talking about options, they're very expensive. If you're talking about stock, very expensive. You want to wait for 1439 level if you have not bought in. I still like it long term. Again, I've owned Tesla since around 520. So again, I'm up almost 200%, 300% on my stock, and I've always added. So what can I say? My bad, man. I meant to. Did you buy any stocks yesterday? I did not buy any stocks yesterday. What should I do with my Shell minus 10% for now? I don't know what you mean by Shell. Is it Shell shares or Shell options? Do you think today will be red? It could definitely be red. I mean, I just like yesterday we were green and we flipped. Today could flip as well. QQQ is going to have a tougher time because it's broke the 200-day. But again, so is ES. I think E-mini futures has better room to bounce here because 3115 could tap, which we're around 17 points away on E-mini futures, and then bounce off there. But again, buy the odd dip opportunities. To me, if I see red, I'm looking at an opportunity to buy stocks. If I see green, I definitely look at an opportunity to buy options. So that's just how I think, and that's how I operate basically. I know everyone says, "Oh, you only buy call options." Well, that's what works for us too. Watch list. I think honestly, watch list here is really on Apple and Microsoft. That's only two I'm looking at for the most part. I'm really just looking at stocks today to buy. Uh, right around 12, I'm out of the office and I'm heading to Orlando. So again, I won't be on my phone. I'll be making a short drive to Orlando to the Disney resort and just having a nice alcoholic beverage and relaxing by the pool. So let's go and take a look at Alibaba. Last question. Alibaba did break the 100-day moving average. You still have a little room down to 235.26. I have an alert at 231.14 to buy more shares. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Make sure to like and subscribe. We need to get to 4,000 subs so we could do a live trading session together, you and I, for about 2 hours. So again, 4,000 is what we need. We're around 3630. So let's make sure we get there. Make sure to like and subscribe our videos. We really appreciate it. 4,000 subs. I'm hoping to get there. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. It is July 14th, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. I will hit you up from the hotel on my laptop. Morning note style. G.A.R Capital.com. G.A.R Capital FX.com, excuse me. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Cheers.